Jordan alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with
closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
What I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Now a man in his 2nd season in a Cardinal uniform. Here's James Conner. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And this is going to be a Cardinals 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray now to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you talk about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them. And also, it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And the Vikings still looking for that first win. 0-6 to start the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Cook again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They just do get the play off. Now Cousins only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin on the ground here with Connor. Tough running there before being wrangled down shy of the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Arizona.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Now goes a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 41, Cousins. And this one too low. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard. Now Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. Murray to Moore, first down, Arizona.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Murray going to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Murray now on first down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 24. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On second and 10, Cousins. And he fires one incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. That's incomplete. incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with Connor. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Murray. It's caught by OBJ. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. This will be swung out here for Counter. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Got a man. It's Brown. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Murray again. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Cousins to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Cousins. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Now Brown dances by him. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Murray now. In trouble, and he's taken down. James Lynch, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A tackle by Michael Brockers as he works his way through the tackle for loss.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Murray. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So they're able to build on things here with a field goal, but the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question because the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So yes, tight game, he'll take the 3. With this game, it's far from over.
And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Cousins throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Cook up the gut. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Cousins. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and the Cardinals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Murray going to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the defense creates gaining some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. To Connor on the check down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
From the gun, Murray going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pull it and get the yardage himself.
Murray now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
First down, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, fancy running by Murray. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
corner.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it. And this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Murray a give. This is Connor. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Again, it'll be counter. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Holding offense.
So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right? Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
Murray to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction all of a sudden. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Less than 90 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Here we go, bring the energy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The football going back over to Arizona now. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now the tackle that time by James Lynch.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Omaha. Yeah.
Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up. And that knee will do it. So they snap the streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So it's a win here for the Arizona.